This is a two-part review of the Globalkeep Solei-X8 electric dirt bike. The first video will cover the unboxing, assembly, controls, and how to unlock the max speed. The second video will test the acceleration and max speeds, brake suspension, and hill capabilities, and review the e-bike. The Solei-X8 has a 2000 watt peak rear hub motor with a max speed of 25 miles per hour or 48 kilometers per hour, twist throttle, 48 volt 15 amp hour battery with a range of up to 80 miles or 129 kilometers, mechanical pull disc brakes, front and rear suspension, 16 by 3 inch tires, headlight, taillight, and weighs 76 pounds or 35 kilograms. Additional specs can be found in the description section below. Here's the box that it came in. It's about 4 feet long, 2.5 feet high, and a foot deep. Here's everything inside the box. We have the bike itself, we have the front wheel. There's also the front axle that was zip tied to the front wheel, the pump, front fender, a bag, the rear seat fender. There's elbow and knee pads, the rear seat. Inside this box, there is the instruction manual, plastic that goes in the front, a toolkit, pedals, the front headlight, the charger, and zip ties. The first thing we'll do is install the handlebar. We need to remove these 4 bolts to remove this bracket. Next, we'll put the handlebar in place with the brake levers facing forward. With the handlebar centered, we'll put the bracket back in and tighten it. This headset is loose, so the handlebar is twisting independently of the fork. I loosened these 2 bolts, one here and one here. Take off this rubber cap. I'm going to tighten this one, making sure that the handlebar is parallel with the fork and perpendicular to the frame. I'm going to tighten these bolts and then put this rubber cap back on. While I'm here, I'm going to install the headlight. I'm going to connect the orange cable. There's an arrow on each side of the orange cable. I'll plug that in. Sometimes the headlight beam is a semicircle. This one seems to be uniform on the top and bottom. Because it's uniform, it doesn't matter which direction you install it. It doesn't matter if you place it right side up or upside down. I'll remove the nut and bolt on both sides. The bracket doesn't have much give to it. It's not allowing me to put the headlight through. I'm using an adjustable wrench just to pull it outwards a little bit. Now that the bracket has been widened, I'm going to put this cable in between. I'll take the headlight, feed it through, and then I'll take the bolt and the nut. I'll do the same on both sides. Next, I'll take the 13mm wrench that it came with and the Allen key that fits and finish tightening it. I'm going to take the Allen key that fits, remove this bolt and washer, put the front fender bracket here, put in the bolt and washer, and then tighten it. Taking this cover, I'll place it over the fork. Using the supplied zip ties, I'm going to feed them through and then trim off the excess. I have the e-bike flipped over on pieces of foam. I'm going to take this protector axle off. Looking at the new axle, this is going to be the orientation of the fork and front wheel. We have the nut, we have a washer, then it's going to be the fork. We have this bushing that tapers inwards. We have a dust cover and then the wheel. I'm going to take these pieces off and keep them in order. We're going to take our wheel with the rotor facing the side of the brake pads. Right now I'm just going to take the new axle with the nut and the washer. I'm going to feed it through, put this bushing facing inwards and the dust cover. I'm going to lift the wheel and feed the rotor between the brake pads. I'll feed this through the wheel. On the other side, we'll put the dust cover and then we'll put the bushing tapered inwards. Continue pushing the axle through. Then we'll put the washer and the nut. And then we'll take our 15mm and finish tightening both sides. Now that the front wheel's on, if you try spinning it, you might hear it rub, and that's okay. We'll take our Allen key and loosen the 2 bolts holding the caliper in place until it wiggles. We'll press and hold the brake lever. While pressing and holding the brake lever, we'll retighten these bolts. And then when we release the brake lever, it shouldn't rub anymore, but if it still does, looking here, I'll loosen 1 bolt. I'll push the caliper until the rotor's right between the brake pads, and then I'll do the same thing on the bottom. Then when you spin it, it shouldn't rub anymore, but this disc is warped in certain locations. I have this special tool where I can bend the rotor back, and it was rubbing in this area. And then it doesn't rub anymore. Now that the front wheel's in place, we can put the kickstand down and the bike will support itself. Taking a look at the rear seat, there's 4 nuts that we need to remove. We'll take the rear seat fender, putting the bolts through and lining these tabs up. We're going to push them inwards and outwards so that it rests like this. We'll line the bolt holes with the ones on the frame. Then we'll take the nuts and screw them in. The bolts are a bit challenging to tighten with a 10mm wrench. I'm using a 10mm socket on a 1/4 inch ratchet. Next, we'll install the pedals. Find the one that says left. For the left, it's lefty tighty, righty loosey. We'll turn it counterclockwise to tighten. We'll take the 15mm to finish tightening it. And the right is the opposite. It's lefty loosey, righty tighty. We'll use the Velcro to strap this bag on. I'm going to cut off the excess Velcro. Using the pump, we're going to inflate it to between 15 to 35 psi. I'll inflate it to 25. Let's take a look at the battery. The charging port is right here. Lift this flap. We'll take the end of the charging brick, plug it in here, and then plug the other end into the outlet. This is the charger model information. The model is JY-548200. The input is 100 to 240 volts, 50/60 hertz, 2 amps. Output is 54.6 volts, 2 amps, 109.2 watts. Let's take a look at the battery. There's 2 pairs of 2 keys by the handlebar, 2 for the battery and 2 for the ignition. I'm going to stick the key in on the other side, turn it counterclockwise. To unlock it, we'll push the battery upwards off the rails. This is the side of the battery. There's an on and off switch. The circle is off, the line is on. Here's the charging port. There's a battery level indicator, and if the battery is off, it's not going to show. You have to turn it on, and then you can see 5 LEDs. All of the LEDs are full, so it's probably close to 100% full. Here's the back. The other side, this is where the key goes. Put it in, clockwise to lock, counterclockwise to unlock. These are the contacts. The model is KT-E07, 48 volts, 17.8 amp hours, 840 watt hours. Limited charge voltage is 54.6 volts. Charging current is less than 3 amps. Discharging current is less than 25 amps. Let's put it back. Turn the key counterclockwise and then take the key out. Let's install the tail light. I don't know if it's just this one, but it seems a bit bent. I'm going to bend it back. Then put the bolts through and then fasten the nuts on the other end. These are 8mm. Let's take a look at the handlebar. There's the left grip, the rear brake lever, the controls. There's a headlight. There's 3 different modes, 1, 2, and 3. And then the horn. Over here we have the battery level indicator, the front brake lever, the ignition, and the twist throttle. In order to turn this on, we have to make sure that the battery is on the on position. It's the line, not the circle. We'll put the key in the ignition, turn it clockwise. There's no display and there's no speedometer. It's pretty simple. There's just the battery level and then the different modes. I can't really tell you what the max speeds are, but you can hear the motor. In gear 1, it sounds like this. In gear 2, it sounds like this. And then gear 3, it sounds like this. This is the rear brake lever. This is the front brake lever. Typically, we want this to be the front brake lever, and we want this to be the rear brake lever because when you're using the throttle, you're going to release it, and then you're going to grab this to control the rear brake. It makes the most sense, so I'm going to flip these brake cables. This is the headlight switch, and we can see the headlight over there. Headlight off, brake lever. Headlight on, brake lever. Since we don't have a display that tells us what the current speed is, I'll show you what the rear hub sounds like before and after unlocking the max speed. This is before unlocking the max speed. This is what it sounds like after unlocking the max speed. In order to unlock the max speed, we need to turn off the unit by turning the ignition, fully twist the throttle, press and hold the brake lever, and while holding both of these, turn on the e-bike and then hold this for 20 seconds. 20. And after 20 seconds, you can release the throttle and brake lever. And then in gear 3, if you twist the throttle, it's a lot quicker. You can also do the same procedure to lock the max speed. When it's unlocked, it's at 18 miles per hour, and when it's unlocked, it's 25 miles per hour. To turn it off, you'll turn the key on the ignition counterclockwise. You can check out my next video. It's test riding and the review of this e-bike. A link to that video is in the description section below.